Hello, everyone. My name is Julie Coombs, and today we are going to be talking all about sleep. So, we all know that sleep is important, but it might be even more important than you are realizing. So, not only do we recharge in our sleep, but our body goes into what's called rest and digest mode. So, ideally, this is what your body's doing. This is where your cells and your organs are working to fight off any harmful bacteria and move waste through your digestive system. So for the bacteria side and pathogens and stuff like that, that's why a lot of times when we're sick, you hear like the best thing you could do is sleep it off. Just sleep, sleep, sleep. That's why your body wants to sleep. It wants to be in this rest and digest mode, to be working to fight off whatever you got going on. When we have lack of sleep or lack of quality sleep, this can show up in more ways than just feeling tired the next day, especially if you are experiencing chronic lack of sleep. So, some symptoms of disrupted sleep include the following: slow metabolism or increased hunger, a weakened immune system, impaired memory, impaired physical and mental performance in problem solving, increased risk of diseases and mood disorders, accelerated aging, and obviously fatigue. So, one of the factors maintaining good sleep quality is being in line with our circadian rhythm. So, this is also known as your internal clock. The circadian rhythm is our body's way of syncing with the 24-hour day, and this can affect metabolism, energy levels, and sleep. So, as our world has become industrialized, modernized, it's become one of convenience, super high stress, super late nights, shift work, increased sedentary time, and tons of artificial lighting. So, because of this, we've become disconnected from our internal clocks because, before artificial lighting and electricity and everything like that, your internal clock was your guide. And so you would wake up when the sun rose and you would work when it was light out because that's what you could see what you're doing. And then as the sun began to set, melatonin within your body was released along with the decreased sunlight, which would naturally kind of make you sleepy, kind of get your body in the sense of like, okay, I need to wind down. It's time to go to bed. The day's over. So people woke up a lot earlier for the most part, or large amounts of people woke up earlier and got the day started earlier in accordance with the sun rising, but they also went to sleep earlier in accordance with the sun setting and it becoming dusk and dark out. So some strategies to help realign you with your circadian rhythm include exposure to bright light, preferably sunlight within 30 minutes of waking up, blocking out blue light after sunset because it suppresses melatonin. So this could be, if you're inside, changing the settings on your laptop, your phone, your TV to be avoiding blue light or getting blue light blocking glasses, anything like that, or just avoiding screens altogether. Trying not to eat within 3 to 4 hours before going to sleep can be helpful to help align with your circadian rhythm. Reducing stressors, so this could be sleep deprivation, over exercising, lots of inflammatory foods, poor nutrition overall, skipping meals, smoking, alcohol, infections, chronic pain, excessive TV or internet use, etc. So just kind of working on reducing some of those stressors. Lowering the thermostat at least like 1 to 2 hours before bed. We're talking between 60 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Implementing movement in your mornings, so whether that's stretching, whether that's yoga or some walking, to help wake you up, especially if you're trying to get in that sunlight window within 30 minutes. Doing stretching or yoga or walking is a great way to incorporate that. And then being more active during the day and then more sedentary during the evening and nighttime is just going to help your body calm down, help your heart rate not be too high up, and just help you stay in that sleepier state. You're ready to go to bed, you're ready to rest. Lastly, a way to align with your circadian rhythm is to consume the majority of your food in the morning or midday, so breakfast or lunch being your biggest meals, and having dinner actually be your smaller meal. So, which is something a lot of us kind of do the opposite. We skip breakfast and we have dinner be our largest meal. But helping to swap that, have breakfast and lunch be your larger meals, and then dinner is more of a lighter meal, that can actually help you realign with your circadian rhythm. So it's going to help metabolism, sleep, and energy. And then some more strategies to improve sleep are going to be everything we just went over. So everything to help with circadian rhythm is going to help with sleep. But in addition, sleeping in complete darkness. So if you have blackout curtains, get that. Or if you need to use an eye mask, sleep in complete darkness. Try not to have things disturbing you. Try not to fall asleep with the TV on, because even if you're falling asleep, the lights, like your brain isn't fully asleep. You're kind of like lightly asleep. Have a, go to a hot sauna or take a warm bath 1 to 2 hours before bed. This is going to help you relax and just get in a calm state. Sleeping with white noise or rain or anything like that can be helpful, but do not wear headphones while sleeping. So either get a white noise machine or something like that. Do not wear headphones. Going to bed between 10 to 11 p.m. and trying to wake up between 6 and 7 a.m. each day, even on weekends, is going to help to improve sleep, because you need that consistency rather than you're up at 5 or so on weekdays, unless of course you have to be for work. But if it's your choice to be up at 4, 5 in the morning weekdays, and then on weekends you sleep until 10 a.m., that's going to kind of throw your body off. If it's consistently like little sleep, lots of sleep, little sleep, lots of sleep. Fill out a journal or a sleep diary right before you go to bed to get out any of the thoughts that are just in your head, your worries, your to-do lists. This will kind of help if you feel like every time you lay in bed, you just can't shut off your brain. So getting it all out of your head and onto paper of everything you have to do, everything you're thinking about, anything like that, just trying to get it onto paper can help you kind of be like, okay, I've put that away for right now. Check if any medications you're taking might be impacting your sleep, especially if you're having chronic issues of not getting quality sleep or not being able to fall asleep is an issue. Definitely double check your medications. And if you find that something does have a side effect of, implications on sleep, talk to your doctor, see if there is something you could switch to. Also, try not to intensely exercise within 3 to 4 hours before going to bed. If you're going on a walk, that's fine, but doing super intense exercise where your heart rate is super elevated, it's going to make it harder to wind down after the fact. Of course, you might feel tired of like, oh, I just worked out, but your heart rate is going to have a harder time slowing down and really relaxing enough to be in a state where you're ready to go to bed and fall asleep easily. And also avoid caffeine consumption past 2 p.m. If you are someone who just needs coffee all the time, try starting to slowly reduce it. So if you're just a coffee drinker all day, try mainly in the morning, and then you have one less cup in the afternoon, and then you go gradually to try to reduce that amount. And then lastly, check for any nutrient deficiencies you might have, such as things like deficient in magnesium or potassium. Now, I know that this was a long list of suggestions and it can be super overwhelming. And the goal is not to make this your checklist of like, okay, I did that, I did that, I did that. Because even changing literally one thing, just one change, could significantly improve your sleep. So pick a few things that you're like, yeah, that would be an easy thing to add into my routine or change, and see how that helps your sleep, and just kind of see how you feel. And then if that doesn't work, try a different one, but start with what's easy first. The goal is not to do all of these. So I hope this was helpful and I will see you next time. Bye.